So, here we are once again. And once again, this is where I imagine folks in YouTube land will be joining us. Hello, folks in YouTube land. You missed out on a fantastic conversation about, homicidal AI trains. If you're interested, you might just have to show up at the stream next time, early on, when we're talking about all kinds of nonsense. Right, now, in the last stream, I recall that unfortunately, due to the sudden end to that stream, when Siri was a little bit poorly, I almost hooked up the Steam. Let's fix that now, shall we? What? Why is there no Steam? What overlay was I on then? Steam pipe overlay. There we go. I was a little bit concerned. Right, let's get the steam pipes all hooked up. Bonk and bonk. There we go. Now, these should be receiving steam power. No. Are you generating steam power? You are? Do kitchens not accept steam, I wonder? Kitchens do not, it seems, accept steam. Never mind then. Why was I under the impression they did? That was very silly of me. Never mind then. No steam for the kitchen. And yet here I am thinking that steam would be quite cool for a kitchen. Myself. Clearly, we need to get a little bit more steampunk going on in Factory Town. Less of this magic mumbo jumbo and more steampunk and awesome goggles and flying contraptions. Hey, Bilal, how you doing, buddy? And hello, Delara. Yes, it does continue, and thank you very much for the 8 months there. Is Twitch being twitchy? I mean, it's good that it's being twitchy right at the beginning, because maybe we'll get through the whole stream now without any more twitching, but, you know, that is asking for quite a lot. Take care, Ginger from Gallifrey. How's things going tonight, Bilal? Right, while all of that's going on, let's see where we can hook up our steam pipes. And hopefully, we've got the farm over here. We've got the factories down that way. We could hook up to all of this, but I don't think it's strictly necessary. Maybe we could hook up to the farm down there. Yeah, I think so. Sorry, the grain mill. Grain mill's over here. We could possibly get this moving a little bit faster. There we go. Yeah, I think that would be fine. And down in this direction then, I think we're going to branch off a pipe for the steam. We'll go through the mason's workshop because why not, really? But at that point, we are going to hook up to the forge, the workshops. There we go. Let's check how much steam power we're using at this point. Right, we are actually drawing exactly the amount that we're producing. That's pretty good, honestly, considering that was just guesswork. I'm pleased with that. It means we haven't hooked up here, but that's fine for now. I think this is more than good enough. Right, okay. Well, with steam all hooked up and food flowing into the coffers reasonably well. Let's see. Tick on tick, we are going up. Oh, wait, no, it's going down there. Let's see. Generally going down, then jumping up a bit. May need to have a look at that. Dislike where our red coins are at the moment, but they're kind of hovering steady, but that's not good enough. Blue coins, on the other hand, they're just going up, so that's nice, but we do need to have a watch of that. I think we need to try and increase the use of the general store in general. I think that's going to be one of the best ways of us getting more red coins coming in. Possibly moving up to having cloaks. Cloaks would be a big upgrade. Also pickaxes. Now, if we're making pickaxes anyway, actually that's a really good one. Because we're not going to need a huge amount of pickaxes, I would assume. We will be feeding it into our mine, here and there. In fact, this one mine, given enough resources, might actually be able to run both of these areas by itself. And the coal from this one mine might, in fact, be able to supply all sorts of other places using nice, long, crazy, and absolutely unsafe log flume distribution networks. We can just abandon what we've got going on over here and mining this little coal deposit, though I'm happy to allow that to continue for now because it's, you know, just out of the way. How many peeps have we got? We haven't got quite enough peeps for what I would like, so we're going to go ahead. We're going to upgrade a couple more houses over here to level 5. Whomp, and indeed, whomp. There we go. Got a level 6 house here. We're going to have to start getting to mana to do anything with that. And for the time being, our school is more or less out of commission because there's nothing more for it to do. We've used up all of the coal, have we? No, we're still doing okay over there. Okay, so quick look around the town, and things seem to be in order, let's say. And they're not going badly, at the very least. Ooh, fire ether would get us 15. Maybe that's something we can look into in the future. I don't think there's anything we can sell from here that would get us red coins. No, there are not. But we do want to start hitting more yellow coins, honestly. Maybe fruit juice. It's a fairly easy one to make. We'll have to have a think of that one. We'll have to have a think of it. I don't believe steam can be used as fuel. No, but we should be able to check that by clicking on fuel. Or looking at fuel. No. Fertilizer, wood, coal, and magma are the only sources of fuel. But what I could do... Oh, hello, Sheila. Oh, thank you so much, Cariad. I've got another massive cup of tea. Okay, Dark Aavak is very firmly in his box. It's fine. Dark Aavak likes his box. He's decorated it just how he likes. Right. So what we could do is we could also have these being fueled by fertilizer if we wanted to. Poop-fired kitchens. Ah, what a delicious source of cooked fish. No. Let's not go that way. Let's instead not. Right, but I am worried a little bit about the red coin. So let's get pickaxes up and running. First and foremost, because that's going to give us access to more minerals and better mining. And then we can start feeding that into other things. So what are we going to need for pickaxes? Let's have a look at a workshop. Recipes-wise, a cloak, by the way, would need 2 leather. 2 cloth, 2 leather. That's not too bad, you know. So it would be the equivalent of a shirt, so that's 8 red coins. Because a shirt, the way we're making it, you can't sell the cotton, and it's made out of 2, so that's 6 red coins turns into 8 red coins. Turns into 20 red coins, but it takes 2 leather. What can I make for 2 leather? I can make that, which is worth 4. No, I could make... Well, that's with paper, though. Let's have a look for something that just uses leather. Leather and wool would get me a coat for 24. Leather and nails... Yeah, the 2 leather would be 6 and 8. So, yeah, 14 into 20. Is it not a bad one? That's 12 for 12. So that's actually a pretty poor return. But 1 reinforced plank and a plate makes it a pickaxe. I mean, that's not a bad upgrade. That's really not a bad upgrade. We could do this, actually. Then sell that on. That may well be a good move. Right, so I'm going to need plates, and in fact, I'm going to need reinforced planks. The delivery of which will probably need to come down here. And at that point, we're going to stop selling the reinforced planks direct. There's no point in selling them if I can store them. So, where are we going to place this? I would want a barn, and I would want another workshop beside it, I would say. But that workshop would supply the barn first, and then eventually this silo with any spare picks, and then they can be sold. I think that would work. So, toward that, we're going to need to do a bit of a change down here. Let's make sure that isn't changing my scene. It's always risky when I'm using any kind of hotkey like that. But I'm going to say that at this point, we don't need chutes to be over here. Should we use metal conveyor belts at this stage? Maybe. Maybe. Right, let's get rid of you. I would like this going that way. There we go. There we are. That'll just run straight in. Should it be able to? Again, I want to give priority. Let's actually pop that down there. I do want to give priority to my storage of these. So let's pop in a pusher. Should it be possible to push it into the barn, then you should. If not, don't worry about it. We'll remove resources along this path. Going right under here. Oh, this is going to be so annoying to try and place, but worth it in my opinion. Okay, we're going to have to get rid of a couple of these for now, just so I can see what's going on down there. There we are. And it looks like we're actually good for it, but let's just remove anything coming through there. There we go. And just remove these as well. There we are. And now then we want the conveyors running in this general direction all the way through. Bump. There we go. And then we can copy these back. There we are. Marvelous. So that's bringing us our reinforced planks. Now, of course, I'm going to need to... I should have done that actually before I covered all that back up. But I was thinking too much about a single task. And sometimes that's good and sometimes it's bad, like now. But let's clear that. There we go. Then I can copy these all the way back to the silo. That should do everything I need. There we are. Perfect. This should accept only pickaxes for now on. There we are. And I want this wagon to take any spare pickaxes down there. There we are. Okay, we're getting somewhere now. I'm going to want a barn right here. And ultimately, I'm going to want a workshop right here. I'll place it across the side. I want this one to draw directly and drop into the barn. And we can have this deposit in there. Actually, ultimately then, No, I might need the barn on the other side so that its output from the workshop goes to the barn first. So, okay, let's get rid of these. My bad. But it's a very easy thing to fix. I really do appreciate that this game does not in any way punish you for placing things. It allows you to experiment because it's so easy to undo something. So easy. So we want it popping in there, being drawn out of here, over to the barn. And if it can't go into the barn, then it sends it off down to the silo to be picked up. I'll have a pusher to make sure that it goes into the barn first. This should be for pickaxes only, just in case I use this for anything else. There we are. Now, getting the metal plates over there, that is going to be a different matter entirely. This is already producing the iron plates about as fast as it can go. Which is unfortunate, but well, 'tis what 'tis. We're not really storing iron plates at all. The iron plates go straight out here. We're never actually storing and stockpiling them. I might need a second forge, honestly. We've got enough production to be able to sustain a second forge, I think. We might need to revisit that idea, though. But either way, we need the plates coming all the way over here. So let's prep the the conveyors. I'm going to have to get rid of you as well. There we go. And we just need the tops. There we go. How's everything going on in chat right now? When did the iron conveyors get laid? Just now. Just a moment ago. I like having them there, at least doing something. We're probably not going to keep them there. Well, no, we will keep those ones there, but for something moving as slow as the iron plates, there's absolutely no reason to use anything but cloth conveyors, realistically speaking. We are now going to have this come all the way down there. We are then going to want a splitter to share these out equally. There we go, that'll do. In terms of the barn, actually, we're not going to be really storing it, or are we? We shouldn't be. We're pretty much full. Oh, wait, we can still make some metal conveyors. So, there we go. And with that, I think we're about ready to start our pickaxes. So, pickaxe, please and thank you. There we go. Should be seeing our first pickaxe being made right now. Marvelous, I must say. Right, with that, I think it probably is time for us to get a third steam power plant. So let's go ahead and do that. And we can probably have this one just stood there, really, but we'll have it right on the water's edge. Which means I want to make a proper platform for it. There we go. And with that, we'll carve a little room out through the trees for the logs. There we go. Now we just need to hook all of this up to the network. That is on the right tile. Perfect. And that means we can now hook this up correctly. Lovely. So this is now giving us 240% on the pickaxes. It's making them pretty much as fast as it can. This is going to very soon stop accepting any more iron plates, which will be nice because they can start backing up. But it's going to be a long while before we back up on pickaxes and start selling them. So for a little while, we're going to start losing red coins, which is, you know, not great, I'll be honest. But it is what it is. Select recipe. I could supply the pickaxes. Underground resources are replenished 500% faster when mined. That might be useful. Every 2 seconds I can supply a pickaxe. No. It takes me 12 seconds, assuming I've got supply of all of the materials to make a pickaxe. So that's not going to be a thing that's transpiring, no. But what I may do is place a mineshaft. Right, here we go. So here's all of the original deposits. And we should have got enough pickaxes to perhaps lay a track down there to these iron deposits so that we've got access to them forever, I guess. Let's draw this out like that. It's going to take me 4. Pump. Oh, that's good. I actually hit a lot more than I was initially expecting to. Over here, have I got enough for that? I think so. Oh, that's nice. Little one down there. Oh, that's very nice. I like it. There we go. The entire deposit is now accessed. This iron deposit has a lot. Item used to harvest stone and other natural materials. Underground resources are replenished 500% faster when mined. I don't think we're going to need it with a deposit that large. So we now have iron and coal pretty much forever. Do I want to draw this out? How many have I got? I don't know. To the stone. I kind of do. I've only got 10. But sure. There we go. I can't afford to do any more, but we now have access to... Because we've just mined the last of the iron there. That was actually good timing. Yeah, we're good now. Our mines should keep the iron flowing for the time being. There we are. I like it muchly. Alright, so that's all flowing down, though it's going to take a little while, I think, to get it going at full speed. We've got 800% mining speed, though, so we could put even more workers in there. How many workers we got over here? I think we need a lot more workers over here. We are going to pop 5 in there to 400%. We can probably get a couple more over here. Let's go full bore. Well, actually, no, let's not go full bore. Well, I guess. We have got a little bit more wiggle room over here, so we can upgrade these houses, though we're using up precious reinforced planks. There we go. Belial, thank you so much for gifting the sub to Lady Sheila. 98 gift subs on the channel. My goodness. And hey, Cucumber, how are you doing? Hope you're having a wonderful evening. But there we go. That's much better. Look at all of that flowing through. Womp. Alright. Pretty happy with this. 400% down here. Seeing the plates moving a little bit more happily. It's actually quite good. They're being evenly split. Robotic Nemo, thank you very much for the Twitch Prime there. Thank you. 1,600%? This sounds a bit too much. No, no, we can get it much higher than that. You genuinely can, actually. I can't put any more people in here, but there are other ways of raising the productivity. One of them is happiness. The other one, magic. Literally, though. Literally magic. Actual literal magic. The best kind. Things are going okay over there, but eventually we're going to need to worry about that a little bit. Right, how's the barn going? The barn is doing okay. I don't think we necessarily want to supply that. Let's have a look at the mining overlay. How's things going? I mean, you know, we're chonking through this fairly fast. Let's have a watch, because this one's getting emptied. Once this is emptied, we'll see if it eventually restores it. Or not. If it can actually put this back together in time or not. If it can't, then, you know, that's a problem. If it can't regrow, we will have to start feeding it pickaxes, but for the time being, that seems okay. Now, we were considering the possibility of having the leather supplied. I am going to say we can easily achieve this by doing that. And then having a... we want a logistic block, because I want books first. But should books not be able to accept any more leather? A silo. Ah, oh, really? Can't I place it there? Oh, it's because there's a path there. For some reason, it won't overwrite it. But a silo should be able to live there now. And accept leather, and only leather. There we go. Oh, thank you very much, Shivan Lord. I have lurked and I shall lurk some more. Thank you so much for the 19-month resub there. That's so kind of you. However, you could try to supply the mine with pickaxes. From the sound of it, it doesn't need a continuous supply. Well, the way that most things use this, though, is that... Oh, well, actually, maybe it's like water. Ah. Ah, maybe it is like water. Okay, we can try it. We certainly can. Sure. I could have a little silo down here of oh well. Maybe I should just take pickaxes from the barn, but I would rather not do that. We could have a little silo over here 4 pickaxes, and if that is full, supply it to the silo for selling the pickaxes. That way, I give priority to being able to build with pickaxes, secondary priority to supplying them to the mine, and tertiary priority to just selling them on. That would seem reasonable, but for the time being, I would actually... I think there is something to be said about getting knowledge of how quickly this replenishes. Let's have a watch of that. See, that's actually replenishing crazy fast. I don't think we need it. I think we would need it if we had a tiny deposit. But honestly, the speed that is replenishing, and it also matters how much it replenishes too. So we'll see that as well. But based on how many nodes we're tapping into right now, I don't think it's going to be necessary. Also, I could just tap all the way down into these nodes as well if I really wanted to. But no, we'll see how much that brings back. Sorry, my throat is a little bit clogged there. Right, it works exactly like water. Each pickaxe used will give a node a boost. Once all nodes are boosted, it stops delivering them until all runs out. Okay. Thank you very much. Oh, it's Camel Spider spent a bunch of channel points. And CS Duck, I'm terribly sorry that I missed your subscription there. I do apologize. Thank you very much, though. I'm having a little trouble keeping up with her on the tablet. It doesn't make it very obvious. But we've got a lot of resources here. I think we could definitely afford to supply a foundry purely for iron. I think that is 100% something we could do. And at that point, I would stop taking iron out of this barn. This barn would be for storing iron. This one, I'd like to change this up, honestly, because right now they're not really storing it. The iron is immediately being consumed. So what I could do is have a second forge supply the barn first and then backup supply the workshop, though that being said. Huh. Interesting. We're now choked on the reinforced planks. So iron is starting to back up. Still, I don't think it'll be backed up for very long. I think a second forge is worth building. And then very soon we're going to need more houses as well, because I can't upgrade these houses any further. How far can you reach? General Store can reach all the way down those roads. The apothecary can as well. We could have a couple of houses over here, actually. Sure. Let's go ahead and do that. Well, we'll get to that, actually. But first, I would like to have another forge, so I don't distract myself too much. Let's go ahead and place down the scaffolding, then. We're going to build this forge up. It's going to be a sky forge. Let's pop these down. Try and get them all level. And... sort of want it level with this area. There we go. Can I make this look right? Possibly. Get that there. There we go. Perfect. Skyforge is a go. Dunk. All the Skyforge needs to make is iron plates. That's the only thing I want from you. Can I sell those? I can forge them, but I can't sell them. I would like a delivery of coal and iron to the Skyforge. How we're going to extract that will be fairly simple. We're going to have... Well, that's the point it'll turn off. And then have these here. Actually, this particular one will need supports the whole way for it to look right. Because I need them to be archways the whole way along. But from that point, you can start bringing this back down. I'm really liking building the chute networks. It is so much easier if you use conveyors, but it's so much more visually striking if you don't. So much more visually striking if you don't. I think we'll have the arches there. Looks a little bit more supportive then. There we go. And yes, this is a huge part of the game for me. making things look pretty, a massive, massive part of the game for me. There we are. And I think that'll do us. Right, gonna need a grabber. And there, one there. And since there's only one thing in these silos, I don't need to worry about it over much. There we go. So now these silos are going to be feeding two separate forges.